Hey guys, we'll be back into this new video. In this video I'm going to be summarizing up all what you need to know about widgets. Is it okay? So let me just start up by clearing up this part of the section of the app. Good. So I already have this part of the page. I think I'm using just a material design there, so you can actually create a stateless widget and just pass their home. So if it's okay with you, that should be done by now. The next thing you're going to be doing now here is to pass a scaffold, which is done. So the next thing we're going to pass there is the app bar, which is going to be pushing for us the app into our application, which is going to be passing in there. If possible, we're going to be just passing there something called the title, and it's going to be a constant. And this time around, you're going to be just passing up a text, and you can pass a text theme if you want, but I just want to pass a text there so that I say we have there something called a Flutter vertical, horizontal up bar, so whatever, blah blah. No, yeah, if you save this, you should as well find what you need in your Flutter stuff. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time reloading and doing what, because I already know what I'm doing. It's going to be perfect and it's going to work as expected. So I can as well go back here and try to just disable that by trying to set that to false. That's good to be done as well also. And if you check here, you should have that down. So you can as well also come back down here on our Flutter app, and then you just say center that to true. Yeah, that should also be done, whereby it is centers for us our Flutter application to that. Last time I showed you how to make this part with the lead gradient etc. That should be done on your side. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing at the moment here is to talk to my body part of the application, which is just ending around here. So here I'm going to just pass the body, and this time around I'm going to just pass a container so that I can contain my app. So inside the container, I'm going to be very fast. I'm going to just pass something called the padding, so that there we get to know to all of it will be approximately like maybe to 20. I'm putting some padding to my Flutter application. I can also provide a child, and this time it's going to be having column to it, so that I can say in simple terms that column is going to be having for me children, and then inside that as well I'm going to be putting my card if possible. I can define a card inside there, and inside the card I can also provide a child, and this time around I need to know the container that's containing my children container there, and inside that container I can specify its height. Let me say it is 15. I can also provide the color to it, that part of the container. Maybe let me say specify the color. Let it be colors dot let me say that that's the color we have inside there, kind of green and not green, and that's something of that sort. So the next thing I'm going to do now here is, now the main point is divider. Remember, we're completing up a divider. This is the complete video, just going to summarize for us the divider in our Flutter mobile app. So I'm just going to say now divider, and this time around I'm going to be specify look onto the color to the divider that we're going to be giving up to our app. And this time around, let me just put maybe, let me say tilation. So then I also specify the height that I want to give that divider. Let it be of 6 or 5. Let me say 5. I can also provide the thickness to this. Let me say the thickness, let me be 5 as well. I also provide the indeed, like the to it be initiated within the app. Let me say of 20. And then I also provided the end point to this particular app at this point. Let me say to be also 20 as that. So that should actually summarize for us that part of the section of the app. Now we also need to add another card that I can actually provide this time around to do some other few stuff. So without wasting time, I'm just going to copy and paste my stuff around there, and then I also provided the container. They provided the, this time around I can actually make the one on us. I just need to make sure I've been confused a bit, so I'm going to just make this to be like 25. And this makes sure this can be actually teal. I like teal, I don't know why, but I can also provide indigo, provide indigo color, and I also that should be enough for that. Now if you check onto our app, we have other few things to provide that you can actually provide on this app if we need to provide them. like if you want to get an horizontal row, like maybe making up the row with this, to provide like a row into our Flutter app. Okay, we make sure we get something called inter column, but this time around we look onto interlace something like interlace height. Yes, interlace height, that's true. So interlace height gives us a chance to know the height we're going to be providing to our, let me say, if I'm passing the row, I'm going to pass the row. For instance, we want to have children inside there, and we need to know to expand it, and inside there we have a child, which child is going to be providing us a card. I only want to use today card so much into my Flutter app. And remember, the card also has got children, and there inside the card I can also pass my container or a column, but I want to pass a container like so. You get? So inside there, the container, we pass in one on us the height, and maybe let me say it is 20. If maybe let me say the height is 30. I can also pass in the color, whereby this time around the color can be colors dot the color you want to provide. Let me say it is going to be black. Let me say that. You just save so that can break for me down. Yes, that should come up with that. So that inside here, I just pass in what I need to pass through as well as that. Good, that should be so great. Now the next thing also, if you now look onto getting up the vertical part of this app of ours, the vertical lines, like the vertical division that you want to come up with, you just call for the vertical divider end of your app, and then you specify, like you want the color, which type of color do you want to give. Maybe let me say the colors is going to be the color, but now I may say I'm going to utilize green. Green is not seen very well. Let me see, just use brown, where everyone can see what I've done there. I can also as well specify the height. Maybe let me say the height be around 100. It's also 10. I also specify the thickness that I can use around that part of that app. Let me say it is 4. Let me also try to say I'm going to also put indeed, like indeed on this time around I'm going to put 10, so that can be shown very well. And then with my endpoint, like also 10, if it's okay. Now that should actually give us a complete flow on our app, and generate for us what we really need to have in our complete app. So this should be that, and should be really cool app. So there's a constant, that's why it's behaving like that, and this can also pass in a constant. That should be that. The things you should just be knowing by now, just that pass that. So if you check into your complete app again, try to refresh this and try to run, you should actually have some few things done into your app. The next thing I did do is maybe to expand it, like to expand where you have the child, the card, then the height and all those stuff. So this moves from here to here. I can actually use this very code to expand it around from there to here, where I just pass in around here, around there, to expand for us the app. And then here I can actually even make 40 if possible. So if you shake around again on our app, you should have something like this or something like that. But this expansion changes some few codes around, and it makes us to have something very more unique if possible. So you have this done, and this is done also, and that should actually give us a complete flow and have something really reasonable for our Flutter mobile app. So I'm just going to explain my code again shortly for you guys who need my help. I'm sorry, my coloring is not good that much, but I can change it. This can be black. Let me say black 12 if possible. Instead of teal, I'm seeing teal is not getting for me what I need. Wow, teal, I'm seeing this. Let me save this first and I shake again if possible, and I see what will happen. The other is teal. Have this, that can be black. Wow, That's great, something of that sort. So I think that's it for now. So guys, if you check, I've joined all of this. If you need the source code, I can give you, but if you're following along with me, I created at first a stateless widget. I also continue the stateless widget, and inside my stateless widget I find out this, which I'm passing up here on my Flutter app. And then I went further to make a division for that, just passing into there. I also passed the card there, I passed another card there. Now if you wanted this thing to look very more nice, it's like you have to add some thickness to it, or you actually can add height. Like for instance, this is 20. If you put an height to that, it just generates up something which is a little bit more big, like you can see. Like this, some kind of a padding there. Then this one you can actually put like 50, you know. Yeah, this one you can also make like 50 to make something big and now look more translucent to someone to see. Yeah, so if you also make this one maybe 60,000, so not 60,000 but 60 as into the height, to make something a little kind of something like that with the padding in it. So guys, thanks for watching this 10-minute video. Thanks for watching. Thank you.